Hello everyone, welcome today. So I'm going to be doing a very fun review for you guys today, and that is uh, the brand new Tanchjim Origin. It's Tanchjim's latest flagship dynamic driver earphone, launched last year technically, but it's still their flagship. They've not really released anything aside from the Origin as flagship for now. So a big shout out to Melody from Tanchim because she contacted me. She asked if I was interested in reviewing a few of their products, and I said yes, and she was kind enough to send it out. And I now have a few of their products to showcase you guys on this channel. So this is the box of the Origin. A lot of videos about the Origin is already circulating YouTube. It's no longer new about what you expect from this product, especially out of the box. But it's a very nice packaging. If you open it up, this is how it comes in. So this is the box. Now, to be fair, I've already taken out the earphones on its own. The earphones are already out and attached and set up here correctly right now. But this is it. This is the manual, the warranty cards, and everything is in here. And then this is your tuning nozzle. This is your tuning nozzle. This is where you get to select the different style of sound you want to listen to. And then this is where the earphones are placed, and then these are the ear tips. Now, as you can see, the ear tips are still set up. I did not tamper with the ear tips for some reason that I will explain right now. And that is the fact that I don't use company's ear tips. Most of the time, when any company sends me earphones, I just almost dump their ear tips. I don't use their ear tips because none of their ear tips tend to work very well for my ears. So I use ear tips they call Easy ear tips, and it's Wheezy, the brand, the audio brand Wheezy, that makes those ear tips. The Easy ear tips, I think it's the Easy 20 or something, but I'm not very certain of the model number, but it's their Easy ear tips. It's very, very transparent, very lush, and it has the super small size. It can fit into my ears properly without giving me any form of ear fatigue. And then I checked it on this set, and it works perfectly like I expected it to work, although the nozzles of this Tanchim Origin is on the large size. So you must understand that it has large nozzles. So there are some ear tips that might not work with this kind of nozzles. So this is the tuning nozzles. I'm going to drop this here now, and I'm going to now bring out the earphone itself. So this is the Origin. This is the Origin. Let me unwind it from these other earphones that are here. It's a very nice set, honestly. In terms of the design, I actually like the set. I actually feel that it's one of the better designed earphones from the brand. I'm sorry guys, I have to unwind it because it's tangled up with another earphone here. I've already been testing it all weekend. It arrived last week. And I've been running extensive tests to make sure that I give you guys the best review I can, because I've had it to a point whereby I can meticulously detail what you need to know about this set. Now, to be fair, many reviewers already on YouTube have already talked about what to expect from this set, sound quality wise. So there isn't really much I would say right now that will be so different from what they have said over those times. But I will add a few things here. Now, first of all, this set is an incredible set in terms of sound quality. I will just say that on the bat. Forget even the design. I'm not even going to waste time with the design. I actually think this is one of the loveliest, if not the loveliest, earphones I've ever gotten. Like, this is the most prettiest earphone I've gotten till date. It's beautiful. It's sweet. It's just a very, very, very lovely set. I have nothing to criticize about the look. The look is elegant. It's a very high quality aluminum titanium shells, highest quality you can probably ask for a single dynamic driver. It's just lovely. It's glitter. It's almost like I'm holding diamond on my hands. It's just a very lovely set. And it's actually well worth the price because it's a premium flagship, so it should command a good build quality, and it rightfully does have that build quality that should impress any audiophile. Now, the next thing that I am also interested in is how it's going to do overall in terms of performance in sound and everything that you can talk about from earphones of this caliber, how much performance you can derive from this set. So first of all, this set is a balanced tune set. Now I will explain why I mean that is balanced, because if you look at the what do you call it, tuning nozzles that it comes with, it's here. Let me even bring it out. Now the tuning nozzles, to be fair, are very, very nice, but there is a bit of a caveat here. So many reviewers have already said that these tuning nozzles don't even work. They all sound the same. I will say this, that they are not the same somehow, but I will explain why. Currently, the tuning nozzle I have on it is the dynamic tuning nozzle. There is the light tuning nozzle, and then there is the standard. The standard is what it came with. But when I played music between the standard and the dynamic, I experienced a few little differences, but you will not get it easily with music. And I think that's where other reviewers made mistakes. They only reviewed these tuning nozzles with music, and they just come to a very odd conclusion that they all sound the same. You have to use other stuff to actually identify where these nozzles differentiate from each other. So I have the dynamic. Now the reason I did this is because I had to test how it plays certain frequencies, and I use movie soundtracks, movies in general, to test how well it plays movies between each other. So I can tell what is harsh, what is shouty, what is bassy. I will easily be able to tell with a movie compared to music. Music tends to be very subjective because a very well-tuned earphone like this can give you the illusion that it's perfect, And trust me, this is already almost my favorite earphone, but I would say probably my second favorite earphone in all my collections. I love it. It's a well-tuned set, but the problem I had was the bass. And I know many YouTubers have already covered that the bass is light on this driver. Yes, it is quite light. Now, with the standard nozzles, you will see that you will not get the impact. In fact, even with the dynamic, I don't still get the rumble impact that at least my favorite earphone gives me. I will get to that when I do the comparison. But what I'm getting at here is that this set is very much limited in terms of the bass performance. And it affects you when you watch a movie. So when you watch a movie, there are some explosive frequencies like gunshots, explosions, rumble from music soundtracks that you get. It will exploit driver issues. If a driver cannot match those soundtracks, those explosions, you will see limitations. Now the standard could not do that very well. So when I used the standard to play the first movie, I watched one film they called Cash Out. It's a John Travolta film. The gunshots were not working very well because I know how real gunshots should work. It sounded hollow a bit. I noticed there was something off. So I immediately swapped to my favorite earphone, and then immediately it all came alive again. I'm like, oh, this is not what it should be like. So I now changed to dynamic, and it corrected that a little bit more. So the gunshot became a bit better. But what then happened was that the soundstage that the standard gives you kind of disappears. So the dynamic is a bit closed in, gives you this closed in sound, but doesn't have that expansive sound stage that the standard nozzle gives you. So it is very critical you know what all these nozzles can give you before you use them. Now the light is for if you want a very bright sound. I'm not interested in bright sound. I'm not a bright sound person. I love bass, so you have to have bass to command my respect. But this is a wonderfully tuned set. I love it to bits. Now, one thing I will say that the Tanchjim Origin is so good at is music. Oh my god, let me first drop this. Even with this dynamic tuning nozzle, I don't even think I'm taking it out. Like, the sound for music is incredible. Like, forget it lacks bass, but music, it is incredible. Like, it has this like holographic effect it gives you for music that it's mind-blowing. As long as you have it connected to even a miniature dongle, it will blow your mind. Like, this thing doesn't need much power, but it still requires power, because I see it's a bit power hungry, but not power hungry, crazy power hungry like that. But it needs some power. But it's a very well tuned set, very balanced, neutral, but a very well tuned set for music. Like, if you're someone that appreciates great sound for music, then this is the set you will need to get your hands on. Currently now, it is my favorite music earphone I have in my collection. Like, if I'm listening to any music track, I will use the Origin. The Origin plays all the frequencies well enough for me to enjoy it. Now, with the dynamic nozzle, the bass is more presentable. And one more thing I like about the dynamic tuning nozzle is that it makes the top end rolled off a bit, whereby it's not peaky and harsh. Now, I got that with the standard. The standard was a bit too on the edge of, piercing. So if there is something happening in the upper harmonics, it's just there in your head. You know that it's shouty a bit. But the dynamic doesn't do that. It rolls it up, but at the expense of soundstage. So you will not have that expansive soundstage that can mesmerize you. But look, I honestly have no qualms with the whole performance with the dynamic mode, and I'm gonna leave that dynamic permanently on this because I think it's the best. But my advice to Tanchim, when they see this video, I will advise them to please change the driver of this set. Use a beryllium coated driver, a driver that can handle bass frequencies properly, so that you can have bass properly well meshed together with this kind of tuning setting. Like, the tuning is perfect. I don't have much of an issue with the tuning. It is the bass that is the problem. If you can get the bass to rumble, give you that effect, whereby it's feels like you have a subwoofer around. Now, I understand people say you're now deviating, you want a bass headset. No, there is a way you can do that, because the earphone I'm going to compare this to has that, and it's half the price of this. But the reality is that if it comes to music, I will prefer the Tanchim Origin over it slightly, by a smidge, because that is an amazing set for music. But there is just this thing about this set for music that just edges it over the other set, but I'll get to that in the next video. But I would say this is a wonderful set, and I'm so pleased that I have it in my collection. It is not the best set for gaming and movies from what I've tested right now, but it is incredibly amazing for music. I hope you guys have enjoyed this review. Go ahead, share your likes, and I will drop links to all Tanchim products that they have sent to me, but particularly the Origin, down in the description, so you can go purchase it if you're interested and support the company. I am so glad that they were kind enough to send it out to me. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys very much next time.